This video is about the full range of services that we offer at JDGo. We have 4 videos that you can choose from: property, finance, rent to own, and immigration legal services. Buying property is only the start of the process. We can help you with the correct legal structures and setting everything up correctly. Our range of services include property purchase, financial structures, immigration, legal advice, and ongoing property management. We can also help with retirement planning. So standard immigration, we have that service. We also can help you with a fast track immigration. We have notario services. We can set up fideicomisos for you, and we can certainly help with your retirement planning. So the legal structures here in Mexico are usually a fideicomiso or LLC. So a fideicomiso or bank trust, as they're commonly known, or LLC are the two most popular. Sometimes you can leave the title in the name of a friend or Mexican national, as long as you have the correct power of attorney. If it's a private purchase, sometimes it's left in the name of the developer or the actual owner of the property. We do not recommend that. Becoming a Mexican citizen and putting the title in your own name is obviously the ultimate protection. So which one can you choose? LLC or fideicomiso? Depends on what you're going to do, whether it's going to be one property, multiple properties, part of a rental plan or retirement plan. We can help advise you on that. It's very risky to leave the property in the name of somebody else, whether they're a good friend or not. Private purchase sometimes puts the power with the seller, which is not what you want to do. You want to keep control of the property at all times. And obviously, if you become a Mexican citizen, you don't need to have a fideicomiso or bank trust. You can put the title of the property in your own name. So this is just a summary of the costs associated with any property purchase. If you're doing a bank loan, there's costs for that. There's legal structures, setting up a fideicomiso or LLC, there's a cost for that. Closing costs on the property itself are usually 6 or 7%. Immigration, accounting, property management are all ongoing costs, and there's a chart there for you to look at, gives you an idea of what those costs will be. So your rights as a foreign buyer and immigration. So the myths. Foreigners cannot own property in Mexico because of all the government rules and regulations. The government can just take your land without any compensation. A bank trust only lasts 50 years, and then the government just takes it back. A fideicomiso, the bank owns your property and not you. And the taxes in Mexico are very high or will kill you. So let's look at some of the actual truths. So the same government regulations that people complain about are also the same regulations that will protect you. Okay, a lot of people have mistakenly purchased ejido land, which is only for Mexican citizens. It's not to be owned by foreigners. If you have mistakenly bought this land, it is very difficult to get the title in your own name. This is what causes the myth about Mexicans and government taking land back off foreigners. A bank trust or fideicomiso renews every 50 years. It doesn't finish. There's a clause in there that actually states that it will renew. And a bank cannot claim the property that you own as an asset of the bank. Even if that bank goes bankrupt, it cannot use that property that you own as an asset to pay off any debts. You own the property, you are the beneficiary. I want to be very clear about that. It is a very safe and secure way to own property in Mexico. And yes, there are taxes in any country. Mexico is no different. Most taxes are usually from rental income or capital gains if you resell the property, but we can advise you on ways to minimize those taxes. Immigration advice. Okay, we can set up immigration for you for either temporary or permanent resident. If you're going to own property, live, even work in Mexico, you need to have the correct immigration status. We can set that up and perform and get the actual documents for you. Okay, finance plan, retiring in Mexico. We can set up everything that you need and plan for the future, whether it's going to be just moving to Mexico, buying one property to live in, or you're going to buy a series of properties and create a portfolio where you can have some passive income. Whatever plan you need, we can design that and implement it for you. Obviously, with any property management, there are fees, but be very careful. Some companies charge 20 or 25% of the gross income, some charge from the net income. In Airbnb scenario, for example, Airbnb takes 50% of the money straight off the bat. And so for any company to take an additional 20% of the gross, you're not going to be left with much money at all. So it's very important to have the right company that's going to advertise your property, is going to make sure it's fully rented, low or high season, and look after that property and maintain it. So thank you very much for listening to our video today. Any questions, you can contact us here, and please feel free to stop the video at any point and look at any of the slides for further information. Thank you.